Now it's time for us to take a look at our home page. A home page is the main entry point of a website. It's the page that most visitors land on first. It's what people see when they type in your domain or click your main link, so it sets the first impression for everything else on the site. So what does a homepage actually do? Think of it like a front door. It welcomes visitors and gives them a quick sense of what the site is about. It also acts as a summary of what you offer and a navigation hub that points people to other important pages. A homepage isn't meant to include everything. Instead, its job is to guide visitors to the right place as quickly and clearly as possible. Most homepages share a few key elements. They often start with a hero section, a large visual, and a main message that immediately tells visitors what the site is about. And then there's usually a short explanation of the business or purpose of the site. You'll also see key sections or highlights like services, products, or features, along with a navigation menu to help users move around the site. And finally, there's often a call to action, something like contact, shop, or get started. This tells visitors what to do next. Let's work on the homepage for the website that we've been working on. This currently is the homepage for the website, and it has the boilerplate information that came with this theme. Obviously, this information has nothing to do with my website, so we need to change this. Typically, we would go into the pages section of our website and we would open the homepage and begin to edit it. I've already placed a hero image on the homepage and I want to add some other custom content. But clearly, even though I have content on this page, this is not showing up. So what's happening? There are a couple of places that you need to investigate to find out why your homepage content isn't displaying correctly. If I go back into the appearance editor and I go to templates, we know that this template is controlling the homepage. You need to understand what exactly this template is for. This template says it displays the latest posts as either the site homepage or as the post page, as defined under reading settings. If exists, the front page template overrides this template when posts are shown on the homepage. That might sound a little bit confusing, but it does give us some direction in regards to what we should be looking at. If we go back out to settings, reading, you will see that your homepage is currently going to display your latest posts. Now, this particular theme doesn't really show our latest posts, and that's because in the template that we're using, it doesn't have an area to pull in our post. The template actually has fixed content, and that's what we're seeing on our homepage. So we can change our homepage to, instead of being a collection of our latest posts, to just being a static page. And when you select static page, you need to choose what page you want to be your home page. So we're going to switch that to home. And you have the option to create a post page. We're not going to make any choice here. So I will click Save Changes. And as soon as I do this and go back to the front end part of WordPress and refresh my website, you will see that now our homepage content is showing up. So that template is no longer controlling the home page. And if we go into pages and we look at any page, I'm looking at home, if you look under the page settings, it's going to show you the template that is controlling this page. So our pages template is what is controlling this page. And at this point, we can create any sort of content that we like. So I can type text here, add images, do whatever it is that I want to do. And if I save the page, that content is going to display on this page. So at this point, we have the opportunity to begin building our page. We can create a grouped area like we did on other pages, and I can begin to create content inside of that group so it doesn't expand the full width of the page. So if I save now, you can see that my page content is somewhat restricted to the center part of the page, and I can begin to add any content. This is obviously very important to understand, and it is a little confusing in certain situations. It's not always obvious what is happening, so I did want to point it out to you so that you could have a homepage that you can design from scratch and build in a custom way. Before we leave this exercise, I also want to point out our blog section. So currently, if we look at blog doesn't have any content. We have not yet added any content to the blog page. Ideally, I want the blog page to pull in my posts that I have made and display them in a reverse chronological order. In order to do that, we can modify this page and use something called a query loop. So I'm going to edit this page, and I'll start off by adding my hero pattern. So we've gone through this before. I'm just going to go through it very quickly. And at this point, I'm not going to change the text. I'll just add a featured image. I'm going to set this one as my featured image, and we would want to augment our text at some point. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add content on my page. So once again, I'm going to create a group because I want to prevent my content from spanning the full width. And because our template is now set to accommodate full width, this is something that we're going to have to add. And then I'm going to go into the block area, and we're going to search for something called query loop. The query loop is a block that will pull in posts, and you can do all sorts of different things with the query loop. So when you first add query loop, it's going to ask you to choose a pattern for the query loop or start blank. If we click choose, it has some preset patterns that come with the theme. So if we chose this one, if there were featured images on our post, it would show the featured image, the title, the date, the author, and an excerpt. This style right here is going to show the date, the title, and an excerpt. And then this one shows the same sort of content, but just in a different manner. And we can choose one of these. I'll choose this one for right now. And I'm going to go into my block editor, and I'm just going to place the query loop inside of the group so that it doesn't get too wide. And at this point, if I hit save and we look at our blog page, you can see that my blog page isn't really showing us any content. It just says blog, and then it says read more, and that's not really what we want. We need to set how we want our query loop to work. So I'm going to select this icon, lists of posts in one column, and we need to go into our block setting. I need to make sure that the query loop is selected. For some reason, the excerpt got selected. As long as the query loop is selected, we can specify how we want the query loop to work. Right now, it's going to list our posts in one column. That's fine. I am going to come down here, and we need to set a query type. We will go to custom, and we're going to select post. We want to include newest to oldest. I'm going to just leave sticky post at include. We don't have any sticky posts. And then you can control the number of items you want to appear on a page. We'll just put 6. Under filters is where you can filter the posts by either taxonomy, such as categories or tags, authors or keywords. We're not going to use a filter. And advanced just has the option to add CSS classes and change the HTML element. We're not going to make any changes there, so we will hit save. And now if we go back into the front end, you can see that my blog page is displaying my posts. So here I have 6 posts, and when I get to the bottom, it says next page, and then it's going to show the next 6 posts. And I only have less than 12 posts, so it's going to have them show on 2 pages. You can style the post to show up any way you want. If you wanted to change the layout or change the order in which the content shows, you could certainly do that. For instance, maybe I want the post date and the author name to appear after the excerpt. We can go ahead and grab excerpt, and we can just put this underneath the title, and you can see that all of my posts are going to update. I might want to select the post date, and if I want to style this differently, I can come to the style pane and I can choose to use a smaller font size for those things. It'll reduce the font size down. Keep in mind that you can set a custom size if you want to make it smaller than it's showing. I can do the same thing for the author name. And in this way, I can really dial in and customize how I want my collection of posts to work. As you can see, WordPress makes it really flexible and easy to augment content, but it is important that you understand how the templates work and if you'll need to change the default settings under reading, because by default, the homepage is a collection of our latest posts. And even though this template did not show our latest posts, the reason that we couldn't see content that we were adding to the page is because the template itself was more static. We would need to either change the template so it brings in dynamic content, or do what we just did, which was change the way WordPress handles that home page. I hope that you found this helpful and that now you better understand how to wrangle WordPress so that it's displaying the pages and the posts in the manner that you would like.